First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash, and double honors to those great millstones, while unto truth, and also to those elect that is scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great and powerful lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. And the type of day lesson is major events about to take place. So I like to say shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. So I have a few news articles. We're gonna just scan through some of them we may read, but just through the spirit, what I'm seeing. We're seeing that right now that we're very close to a major event. Some type of black swan event could take place within, in the next couple of days. But one thing about it, we already knowing that we are very close. We already knowing that DJ Donald Trump has started these tabs on Canada and also on Mexico. So these things are constantly heating up. And also we knowing that it's going to affect the economy, it's going to affect us as a whole. So we already knowing that little by little, we seeing that America is constantly, it's falling down. America is constantly going out of business. The sown place is getting ready to become unsold. So let's start out with this first one here. It says here, Canadian Premier says he will cut off electricity to export to U.S. with a smile on my face. Let's just get this first little part here. And it's a news article here by RochesterFirst.com. It says here, the Hills, Ontario Premier Doug Ford said Monday he is prepared to cut off electricity export to the U.S. if President Trump 25% tariffs on Canadian goods go through. So we already knowing that it has, it has begun. I think it started midnight today. If I'm not mistaken, it started at midnight, I know. But one thing about it is that we know that these things are constantly picking up. We're seeing right now, everyone is constantly turning against America. Right now we know that Canada and also Mexico were once allies to America. Now they seeing right now for what America really is. So it keep, Donald Trump keeps saying that he's constantly want to try to make America great again. But one thing about it, there's nothing he can do about it. His days is determined. So right now, but we're seeing these things are going to constantly pick up. It's getting ready. It could be a great economic collapse. It could be some type of civil war right on our shores, right here in our own backyard. We know that is going to happen, but we know that these things going to roll out. It could be a domino effect. It's going to happen very quickly. So one thing about it, men of Lord, we constantly warning you all these things that's coming upon us at a fast pace. So that's just one of them. So let's go back to it one moment. So they cut the power off, to, I think there's power to New York. I think it's Ohio. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's certain parts of, it's another state I can't think of right. Pennsylvania, one of them, and it's one more. It's supplying, pretty much several states in the east. In the northeast, Salakia. So these things right here, that this is what they retaliating because of what DJ Donald Trump is doing. He's constantly trying to bring all these business back to America. And one thing about it, we already knowing that, how they do it. They have one to tear it down and they have one to come in to try to bring it back up. We already know the playbook, so, but we don't stop talking it too much, but we're seeing right now a major event is about to occur. So now let's go here. Let's get this one here. It's another one I want to get. Let's go to this one right here. But I got video. We're going to bring it out. But so I ain't going to do a whole lot of reading tonight because it's a lot. Let's see where it's at. It's one I want. Let's get this one here by the BBC. I'm just gonna open it up and see right here. It said Trudeau. It said hits out at dumb tariffs as Trump warns of further hikes against Canada. So right now, he had a press conference of the Prime Minister of Canada, which in fact is uh, uh, the Prime Minister. What his name is? Oh man, I can't think of his name. Trudeau, Justin Trudeau. And one thing about it, he was saying that it's a dumb move that America is doing. He's saying about working together. He's saying this is going to affect them much as it's going to affect us as much as it's going to affect them. So like, got my tongue a little dry, but one thing about it, so many things that is constantly happening, it's going to affect the economy. So we already knowing that it's going to be a great crashing in the hill. We already knowing about '08, the '08 recession. Also, we go back further than that, the Great Depression, but it's going to topple all of them. It's going to be a time of trouble that we have never seen before, a great economic collapse. When the stock market crash, all hell is going to break loose. We already know there's no coming back from this. This place is getting ready to be a third world country. Let's get just a little bit of this. I don't want to read too much of it. I have videos that pretty much is on point. It says here, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau slammed Donald Trump sweeping tabs or taxes on Canada, calling it a very dumb thing to do, and vowed to conduct a relentless fight to protect its economy. So right there, they tell you right now. So, we seeing that DJ Donald Trump, saying this cruel law, he's trying to constantly, pressing the issue. And one thing about it, we already know everything is on a hair trigger. Right now, this man get his second term and all sorts of things is starting to happen. We seeing that tension is constantly rising, more than ever before. We already know that war is on the horizon also. So we already know right now that these things are constantly picking up right before our eyes. Let's get a little bit more. It said Trump has imposed 25% tabs or taxes on products entering the U.S. from Canada and Mexico, and has increased a levy on goods coming from China. So this man, pretty much, he's doing too damn much. And one thing about it, we already know how it's going to do. It's going to go ill in his tabernacle. You know what I'm saying? He shall be in straits. We already know what's getting ready to happen. The Lord is constantly setting the stage, and out about it, we seeing this man, he's getting ready to go down. We seeing that the stage is set. All things are ready. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to cut off the tabernacle of the wicked. The Lord is getting ready to overthrow this man. The Lord is getting ready to cut this man off. So we seeing right now, little by little, every day we get one step closer to what? Our salvation. So now, let's go to this one right here. It's another one I want to get by Newsbreak. This one here by Newsbreak. And I'm going to see if it'll pull back up. Here it is right here. It says here, this one here by Newsbreak, it said Social Security checks could stop going out by April. It's ex-head warns. So, man, so a lot of people right now, been getting this government assist, they Social Security, they been getting there. A lot of people are living off of that from, pretty much for years, and, that's their only source of income. So we already know once that happens, it's going to be, it's going to be a great, a great tribulation that we have never seen before. A lot of people are going to starve to death. A lot of people are going to, be unalive in a great number. These things are fast approach. Let's just get a little tad bit of this. It says former head of the Social Security Administration warned that proposed cuts to the agency could lead to the entire system to collapse. They're exactly what they want. We're seeing right now they're setting the stage for a great economic collapse, a great crashing in the hill. We already know they're getting ready to put this new system into place. We constantly warning you left and right. The MOTB is right here. It's right in front of our face. And also in the news, also just something, a side note I want to add is that we see that these prisoners, that they're saying that they're offering them that they could take this chip in their forehead and do their time, within maybe a couple of days, a couple minutes or so, if I'm not mistaken, that they can put this chip in them. Like if it be 30 years, they can do it within 1 day, if I'm not mistaken. Could be a little bit longer or shorter, but I know it's going to be a very short time. So we already knowing that, that they're pushing this, this CHIP. So we already know it's right around the corner, you know what I'm saying? Great tribulation, you know what I'm saying? They are getting ready to introduce, that grain of rice very soon. It's nothing getting ready to hold this man back. This man is getting ready to try to pull everything that he has, that greatest sword, these IBCM missile. But we already knowing that the Lord is constantly, causing these things to happen left and right. So one thing about it is that we see it right now that it's this Social Security go, this Medicaid go, these government assistance. We already know this going to be a ripple effect, and also we seeing that these food prices are rising. Also, fuel prices, your gas, putting gas in your vehicles and different things like that. So we seeing right now this man is constantly disrupting every damn thing. But is it by design? Is it manufactured? Yes. It's manufactured through who? Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. Let's get a little bit more of this. It says, it's a untimely, you're going to see the system collapse. So, and there will be an interruption of benefits. Said Martin O'Malley, former Social Security Commissioner under the Biden administration, told CNBC, said, I think that will happen within the next 30 to 90 days. So one thing about it, they're putting, these dates up. And one thing about it, we don't deal with dates, but we knowing that these things are getting ready to happen. We knowing that, we're coming upon a great time of trouble that we've never seen before. It's going to be rolling blackouts. We already know what happened. Also, I seen a video, I think a couple of days ago, about what happened in Chile. I think they got the power restored. They said the entire city of Chile, and over there in Argentina, they was without electricity, over there for several hours, Salakia. And one thing about it, we know that we're very close to these times, what I'm saying? It could be a rolling blackout, a great economic collapse, cyber attack, it could be some type of black swan event. But whatever is coming, we knowing that it's already been prophesied through the spirit and power of Yahweh. One thing behind another, major events about to occur. And also we already know the major event that's getting ready to occur is what? The MOTB, and also what? World War III, the wars to end all wars. So we already know a lot of people depend on the government, trust in the strength of Egypt. But one thing about it, it's going to come a time, everyone is going to inquire of the prophets, and also what? Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Because they were that same rebellious house that did not want to return to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. And the Lord is fastly approaching. These prophecies are speaking loud and clear. In the middle of the Lord, we constantly warning you, left and right. It is here. It is at the door. So now, let's go here and get a quick precept before we start the day lesson. Let's go here to Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. Says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the words at my mouth and give them warning from me. So that's exactly what we are doing. We constantly warn you of these ill times. We're warning you of these major events that are getting ready to occur at any given time. And out about it, we don't want that blood on our hand. So one thing about it, we're constantly warning, whether you will hear or whether you will forbear. We go over these things over and over. In that day, they shall know that a prophet was among them. Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 33. Let's get a little bit more. It said, verse 18 said, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. So one thing about it, that's what exactly we're supposed to. If you're a true prophet of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, you're going to tell the truth. You're going to warn regardless, if it costs you your life. So we already know a lot of these false prophets, they're in it for what? To win. They're in it to get the what? The money, you know what I'm saying? The fame, the glory, you know what I'm saying? The tradition of men, But one thing about it, we in it for who? Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. The Lord sent us. We don't give a damn about this world. And one thing about it, the Lord will provide. So we see it right now. The Lord's constantly exposing a lot of these wicked ass false prophets, starting with what the name of Gorilla Hebrew Gorilla, whatever his damn name is, of Sakari. You see right now, the Lord got his ass in the trick bag. He's in the spotlight. So a lot of these, the Lord is going to expose a lot of Israel for what it is. So the Lord is sick and tired of these games. A lot of people are playing games with Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, and the Lord is constantly exposing their asses for who they are. They have what? Blood on their hand, because what? They're not blowing the trumpet. They're not warning. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, you love a person, you're going to tell them the truth, whether they will, whether they like it or not. And one thing about a lot of people are people pleasers. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, we're seeing right now, we read upon a time of trouble that we have never seen before. Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation. Let's read in NLT, said, if I warn the wicked, if I warn the wicked, saying, you are under the penalty of death, but you fail to deliver, the warning, they will die in their sins, and I will hold you responsible for their deaths. And one thing about it, it's a fearful hand to fall in the hands of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, because the Lord will unalive your ass. You know what I'm saying? If the Lord called you to do his work and you put his talent in a napkin, you're a slothful, you're not showing no regard. And one thing about it, the Lord will destroy you. And one thing about it, we fear the Lord, we love the Lord, we're gonna constantly do his will each and every day. That's why we constantly sounding the alarm each and every day. It says here 19 verse 19 says, yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou shalt deliver thy soul. So one thing about it is that, that's what we're going to do. We're going to constantly warn, because we don't want that blood on our hand. And one thing about it, whether you will hear or whether you will forbear, and one thing about it, you will die in your sin. And one thing about it, you're going to be judged according to what you did into your body by your works. And one thing about whether they were good or bad. So we're here, the Lord set up watchmen. We're seeing all these things that comes out, major events about to what? Take place. So now let's go here to the videos. I done talked enough, and I hope that after the video we'll start a lesson, and I hope that you will get edified.
Social Security has never missed a payment in more than 80 years, but your benefit checks might not show up next month. The former Social Security Commissioner, Martin O'Malley, warned today that the slash and burn tactics of the world's richest man, Elon Musk, and his Department of Governmental Efficiency would soon disrupt the system. O'Malley saying, quote, you're going to see the system collapse and an interruption of benefits. I believe you will see that within the next 30 to 90 days. He added, people should start saving now.
Good evening tonight from Washington, where a short time from now, President Trump will speak to a joint session of Congress and to the American people. His first primetime address since returning to the White House. Will carry it live right here on ABC at 9 p.m. Eastern. As he walks into that House chamber tonight, he'll be explaining his new tariffs in front of the American people that have now ignited a trade war tonight and have sent the stock market tumbling. Those tariffs kicked in at midnight last night. New 25% tariffs on all goods coming into the United States from Mexico and Canada, and an additional 10% tariff on goods from China. The Dow plunging 670 points today, dropping more than 1,300 points in 2 days now, wiping out the gains the market had seen since the inauguration. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau tonight vowing Canada will not back down, saying we did not want this, and addressing the American people directly, saying your government is doing this to you. Trudeau now imposing retaliatory tariffs on American goods entering Canada. Mexico's President Sheinbaum saying Mexico will impose retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods coming into Mexico starting Sunday. And tonight, China calling Trump's actions bullying behavior, also retaliating with an additional 10 to 15% tariff on American goods coming into China. Tonight, from Target to Best Buy, the stores here in the U.S. already warning Americans that prices will go up on everything from groceries to clothing to cars. ABC's chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce leading us off from the White House.
Tonight, as the president prepares to address the nation, the Dow plunging for the second day in a row, now down 1,300 points in 2 days, as Trump's new tariffs ignite a trade war. The president imposing a sweeping new 25% tax on all goods coming into the U.S. from Mexico and Canada, America's largest trading partners. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau quick to respond.
I want to speak first directly to the American people. We don't want this. We want to work with you as a friend and ally. And we don't want to see you hurt either. But your government has chosen to do this to you. As of this morning, markets are down, and inflation is set to rise dramatically all across your country. Your government has chosen to put American jobs at risk.
Economists warn that with these tariffs, it's the American businesses who will pay for the products coming into the country and pass those costs on to American consumers. By one estimate, the average household will spend up to $2,000 more a year on everything from produce to clothes to electronics. Today, Target's CEO warning Americans could see prices rise almost immediately on fruits and vegetables imported from Mexico.
No, those are categories where we'll try to protect pricing, but the consumer will likely see price increases over the next couple of days.
American farmers could soon be feeling the pain too. Canada now responding with plans for their own 25% tariff against $155 billion worth of American goods.
Canadians are reasonable, and we are polite, but we will not back down from a fight. Not when our country and the well-being of everyone in it is at stake.
Around the country, the anxiety among small business owners palpable. In Chicago, Marco Rodriguez owns a chain of candy stores that have been in his family for over 30 years.
Scary. I mean, it's a scary time in our business. Everything you see around us is either imported by ourselves or we bought by ourselves and made in Mexico.
Trump has also imposed an additional 10% tariff on products from China. Heidi Skelton says that will drive up prices at her clothing store in Westwood, New Jersey.
I'm paying rent, employees, paying for the clothing, so I will have no other option really but to pass some of the charges onto my customers.
China now retaliating with an additional 10 to 15% tariffs on some U.S. goods, including chicken, wheat, soybeans, and beef, and calling Trump's actions bullying behavior. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum saying she will announce retaliatory tariffs on Sunday. Trump tonight prepared to double down, saying he'll fight back with even more tariffs, an approach we can expect him to tout in his speech tonight.
Tariffs are easy, they're fast, they're efficient, and they bring fairness.
Tariffs have long been a cornerstone of the president's economic policies, and he's offered a wide range of reasons for why he feels these new tariffs are necessary. The big question now, how much pain might Americans feel from this, and will he prepare them for that in his speech tonight? David.
Mary, I will see you a short time from now right here on ABC.
Starting today, LCBO, the largest purchaser of alcohol in the world, will begin removing U.S. products from its store shelves, meaning other retailers, bars, and restaurants in the province will no longer be able to restock U.S. products. Also, starting today, all U.S.-based companies will be banned from taking part in government procurement. U.S.-based businesses will now lose out on tens of billions of dollars in revenues. They only have President Trump to blame. As part of this government-wide procurement ban, we're going one step further. We're ripping up Ontario's contract with Starlink. It's done. It's gone. We won't award contracts to people who enable and encourage economic attacks on our province and our country.
I want to speak first directly to the American people. We don't want this. We want to work with you as a friend and ally. And we don't want to see you hurt either. But your government has chosen to do this to you. As of this morning, markets are down, and inflation is set to rise dramatically all across your country. Your government has chosen to put American jobs at risk, at the thousands of workplaces that succeed because of materials from Canada or because of consumers in Canada, or both. They've chosen to raise costs for American consumers on everyday essential items like groceries and gas, on major purchases like cars and homes, and everything in between. They've chosen to harm American national security, impeding access to the abundant critical minerals, energy, building materials, and fertilizers that we have and that the United States needs to grow and prosper. They've chosen to launch a trade war that will, first and foremost, harm American families.
What's going on, y'all? My topic for today is they destroying this country. Before I start, it's just my opinion. If you don't like what I'm about to say, there's no need for you to get mad at me and try to cancel me. But this administration is destroying this country, man. And I'm going to say this. I don't care if you voted for Trump or not. You got to admit this, all right? You got to admit this. You got to stop just riding this wave just because you started it. It's time to get off this wave. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't know what tariffs were. And they just believed whatever he said. Right? So now you know tariffs hurt us. The consumer, the American people. Tariffs hurt us. Tariffs hurt the farmers. The U.S. companies. You know what I'm saying? The threat of tariffs on Mexico and Canada has basically tanked the whole stock market. All of you keep talking about, yeah, my 401k, my stocks, everything looking good. Trump did it. It's Trump's fault. Trump did it. Trump made it happen. Now they going down. Whose fault is that? Every time he open his mouth, man, it's something divisive, man. Just pushing all of our allies to the side, man. Don't nobody like the U.S. no more, man. You know what I'm saying? And also, this what I want y'all to understand, man. You have a lot of people who...
One thing about it, that we know we're very close to a major event about to occur. So let's go here further. We're saying that the Lord is setting up what the Egyptian against the Egyptian, what American against Americans. So we're seeing right now that these allies are constantly what? They're retaliating. You know, they're fighting against these tariffs. So it's only going to lead to more problems, you know. Let's go here in the blue letter. Let's go here. We're going to get a couple of more, and then we're going to close out. I don't want it to be too long. Let's go here to Isaiah chapter 19, because this is exactly what we're seeing right here. It says here, Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2 said, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, America against Americans, Americans against Americans. And said, and they shall fight, everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. So that's a very major event. Civil war, civil unrest, rioting, you know what I'm saying? Rioting, you know what I'm saying? Looting, you know, a lot of things that get rid, protesting, a lot of things that comes, sedition among men. These things are coming upon us at a fast pace when all these things are happening. Hyperinflation, you know, the economy crash. You can't go to the bank. You can't get anything out. You know what I'm saying? You can't get any of your money. You lost all of your money. You know what I'm saying? You don't have any food, no water, no shelter. So it's going to cause this effect right here, civil war, civil unrest. You know what I'm saying? City against city. You know, a lot of things are getting ready to come to pass. This nation is divided, and you already know it cannot stand. So that's exactly what we're seeing. Let's go here. Let's go here to, let's get one more after this one here. Let's go here to Second Ezra chapter 6, we coming upon that great economic collapse. You know, already know we're very close to the end of the dollar. You know, very, very close. You know, we're seeing right here. It said, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So that's exactly what's getting ready to happen. You know, you ain't gonna have no more food in these stores. You already know about the egg prices, you know, talking about the bird flu, these pestilence, and all these different things they're constantly bringing, you know, but right before our eyes, you know, and also these tariffs, you know. So these allies are very angry, you know, Canada, Mexico, you know, even South America, you know what I'm saying? Everyone is turning against the whore, and they get ready to burn this whore very soon. You know, we're seeing it right now, but right with our own eyes. So we are very close to a great economic collapse. They're already saying that the stock market is plunging. We're seeing that these prices, you know, on food, pretty much everything is constantly on the rise. These things are constantly happening left and right. So let's read it once again. It said, the sown places, Salakia, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So one thing about it, you know, a lot of places going to be empty. You know, this place is getting ready to be a third world country. The Lord is breaking the staff of the bread, which in fact, your necessity, your way of life is getting ready to change right before your eyes, a blink of the eye. You know, a lot of these countries, you know, a lot of these, they are talking about this deportation. You know, still have a lot of these peoples here. You know, we already knowing that, you know, tensions is constantly rising. You know, and one thing about it, talking about the Social Security, a lot of those people that getting those benefits, you know, they're, you know, haven't worked in several years. A lot of them, some of them are disabled, you know, have health issue, you know, and they need medication, you know, to survive. So a lot of things are getting ready to happen. Many shall be taken in a great number. That's why we're constantly warning you left and right, constantly warning you of what's getting ready to happen. You know, just like it says in Matthew chapter 24, I think through 21 through 22, you know, the Lord is going to have to shorten the day because it's going to be so great. But for the elect's sake, the Lord is going to shorten these days because we trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So we are here, man. Suddenly shall the sown place become unsown. So the grinding is getting ready to cease. And also we already know about a lot of layoffs. You know, a lot of these jobs are shutting down. You know, we're seeing right now how this picture is constantly lining up. You know, all the games about to be over. So now let's go to our last and final script. Let's go here to Second Ezra. Let's go here to Second Ezra chapter. Let's go back to Second Ezra chapter 16. And let's start up at verse 39. And it reads, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. That's exactly what we're seeing. It's constantly increasing. It's constantly escalate each and every day, one thing behind another. We already know that these things are getting ready to become reality. We constantly warning you left and right. It said, verse 40, he said, O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, but in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So one thing about it, we gotta have to trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. And everybody, you know, the Lord is going to use that supernatural intervention. The Lord's getting ready to help us in ways that we do not know how. All we're going to do is constantly, you know, is have that blind faith. The Lord said the just shall live by faith and not by sight. So now, verse 41, it say, he that selleth, let him be as he that flees away, and he that buys as one that will lose. So, hey, we coming upon these times. Verse 42 say, he that occupies merchandise as he that has no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. So these are what we're looking at right here. So, you know, we're not giving a damn about what we have merchandise. We're not giving a damn what we're going to lose. And one thing about it, Lord already said, the one that saves his life shall lose his life. And one thing about it, we're going to take a ill to gain everything, but you're really not losing a damn thing. The Lord's only testing you and trying you. And one thing about it, the Lord's getting ready to give us 100-fold. The Lord's getting ready to give us the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. That's what we're longing for each and every day. This is not our rest. We still have a lot of our stupid as people are still trusted in oppression, trusted in the strength of Egypt, and you're getting ready to be totally destroyed. Let go of the martyr thoughts. Verse 43 said, he that sows as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. Verse 42 said, they that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. So one thing about it, hey, this is here is plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? Just like you don't even have any of that. Because we totally locked in. We totally focused. What the Lord is getting ready to do. You know what I'm saying? It said the prudent foresees the evil. We seeing that these things are getting ready to happen. You got to be spiritual to see what's getting ready to come. Let's get this last and final script, and we'll close out because it's running kind of long. It says here, 2 Amos chapter 16 and verse 45 says, and therefore they that labor in vain. So one thing about it is that, no regardless if you're making money, you might have a good job, a good reputation. It's all in vain. If you're not seeking the Lord, it's all in vain. And one thing about it, seek the Lord and live. You know what I'm saying? If you're not seeking the Lord, you're seeking death. And one thing about these major events are fast approach in the middle of the Lord. We're constantly warning you left and right. We're seeing these tariffs are constantly going to cause a disruption in the economy. You know what I'm saying? The end of the dollar is the end of America. So a lot of things are coming down the pipeline. We're seeing it happening with our own eyes each and every day. We're one step closer, you know what I'm saying, to the kingdom of heaven that dwells in right. We're one step closer to what? The great and glorious return of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. It is fast approaching. It is here. It is at the door. Keep pushing, keep believing. So the title of the day lesson, once again, is major events about to take place. So I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Ba'ashim Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom. Shalom.